Hey guys, I just finished up the video for this little journal and it turned out so stinking cute. I'll link this video below if you want to see how I decorated this one. But I wanted to make one that was a little bit easier, like a sit down and make it an hour project. Whereas this one took me a little while to get this one put together. So I think we're gonna do that today. So we're gonna try to recreate something that looks similar to this using a box of crayons, but with less work, because this little guy took a minute. And I thought, what if we just made one out of the existing color box? Whereas this one, I made like a traditional journal for out of bookboard and then just stuck the pieces of the box onto that. So this was like building a whole journal, which can be time consuming. So I thought we would make a different version of this where we just use the box and tie our signatures straight into there. So we're gonna do that today. So we're gonna need a crayon box. I got mine from the Dollar Tree. I don't know what to do with the crayons. I have so many crayons from doing these little books. Because for this one, I used 2 boxes so that I could have this image on the front and the back. I just thought it was a lot cuter than this. I feel like this doesn't really go so well, so I'm probably gonna cover this up. So if you want this image on the back, you'll need 2 boxes, but I'm gonna make it work with just the one. So we're gonna get these crayons out and donate these. Or if any of you guys have a good craft project that I could use all of these crayons for, I would be interested in hearing that. Extra points if it has to do with junk journaling. I thought about taking the wrappers off and using the wrappers to embellish some things with, but that also felt a little wasteful for the crayons themselves. So you guys help me figure out what I can do with these crayons aside from just donating them. Leave it in the comments if you would. I appreciate it. So we're gonna use, our spine is gonna be this section here. So we need to break apart our book or our box to make the book. And since we want it to open this direction, we're gonna cut this section out so that we can get our pages in there. Now, the best way to do that, I'm not sure, without damaging parts of the book that you don't want damaged. I think what I'm just gonna do is take some scissors and cut right up the center. Here we go, people. I cannot cut a straight line to save my life, so here goes nothing. Eee. Okay. Now we can work with this. Here's what I think we should do. We could definitely glue these parts down. It would give us a little bit more secure front cover since we don't have much to go on the back. I think it'll be handy that we're gonna cover this with some. That will add a little strength to the back cover. And also, the more you can fold over, the tighter your edges will be. But we're not trying to put a whole lot of thought and energy into this, so I'm not gonna overthink it. We're just gonna start gluing some stuff down and see what happens. Okay, let's do it. cooperate too much, so we're gonna force him to do what we want him to do, which is lay down his dick. Okay, here's what we have so far. Kinda cute, right? Okay. I'm gonna go find some papers that I like for in here, some end papers, and some papers to make our signatures with. So I'll be right back with those. Isn't this a colorful little grouping of papers? This is so much different than what I usually do. It's kind of fun to see all these colors. These came from Dollar Tree in the teachers section. This is also from Dollar Tree. These are sticky notes. You got the little ruler, the chalkboard, the pencil, and then the little notepad. Then we've got a little map sheet, graph paper, primer paper, a whole bunch of scrapbook paper. I'm trying to work through some of my scrapbook CADs. And then we have some cool notebook paper in here that has green and blue lines. So this line is little dashed line is green, and then these are kind of a purpley blue color. So I'm gonna put our signatures together, chop down all of our pages, and then we'll be cooking with fire. Let's go.
I tried to hold it steady in my hands, but it moved like water, never planned. Happily ever after, felt closer in the dark, like something I imagined and forgot where you are. We were writing in the margins of a story we couldn't keep. Happily ever after was never meant for me. Your shadow stayed longer than you did in the doorway where the light goes thin. I hear your voice in the smallest things, in the hum, in the quiet, in the in-between. Every echo bends and rearranges truth, till I can't tell me from you. Happily ever after felt softer than a ride, like something just out of reach. When I closed my eyes, we were tracing outlines of a life we couldn't be. Happily ever after was never meant for me. Fairy tale in empty hands. Happily ever after drifts further every day, like riding on the water that slowly slips away. We were only passing through what we couldn't keep. Happily ever after was never meant for me. Just a whisper in the rafters. Happily ever after. Just a whisper.
how cute this little guy turned out. Isn't that the sweetest thing? Now, at this point, I think what I'll do is go through, and any of the pages that I left little fold outs for, little tuck spots, I will secure those down, glue those down to make our little pockets, and maybe add in some other little tuck spots and pockets also. And then we will embellish this little guy with some paper clips and fun things. So just to remind you, this was the first one I made, and it took quite a few hours to put together. And then this is our little guy that we did today. I mean, they are so super cute. I like both of them. And this one is actually the most comfortable to flip around in and open up. I think I overstuffed this guy with pages. Went a little overboard on him. So don't use too many pages. You'll end up with a really tight little journal that doesn't want to bend and fold. So let me go ahead and do that, and then I'll chat back with you guys in just a second. I love it. Let's do a quick flip through and look at this cute little guy. First of all, though, all of these extra little paper clips, they just give it a fun little look, don't they? And I love that you can remove like 90% of this stuff. So if you're not into that, you could always get rid of all the extras. But why would you want to? Look how adorable this is. With a little Crayola label, the pom-poms. The daisy does something extra special. I'm so glad we looked at that. And then your little grape soda cap, your little teaching rainbow. Gotta have the little tape measure that gives the feel of a ruler. And then the pretty ribbon, little flower tucked into the front. Look at this big pretty bow with our Dollar Tree tassel. And then we've got our pointy finger down here with another ribbon. And this one has little bead dangles. And then of course we have our, gotta have this star and a really long tassel. It's just, it's everything good in the world. And this one probably took half the time that the other one did to build, which is, that's nice. And it gives you the same look and feel. But let's flip through our little guy and take a look. So we have pockets everywhere. I think we can zoom a little bit. Our first pocket has a little bit of Monopoly money and some tickets. I love this little rainbow with the pencil. Isn't that cute? And then I've used this ruler washi tape throughout, and I will link all of the things that I can link below for you guys. So we have primer paper and then some cardstock. We have notebook paper with apples. A cute little butterfly. Some more cardstock, and then our little map paper, which is a pocket. And then I've used the sticky notes that came from Dollar Tree to make these cute little journaling cards. We have a prayer and blessings card, and then just a little label in that pocket. More of that ruler washi. Notebook paper with apples. And then here is our daisy paper clip, which is so sweet. And then we've got, look, I just stuck these in from the top where I thought they looked the best, so obviously we can rearrange our paper clips to make a little more sense. But we have our grape soda paper clip and our little measuring tape paper clip, which you could totally hang a charm on that. That would be cute. And then we have another journaling card. Isn't that sweet? And then we just have a little bit of mail ephemera. I think this is Tim Holtz. And that is all tucked inside this cute little pocket here. Let's put our daisy up here in the front. Put grape soda back where he was. I do kind of like the measuring tape there too to hold the pencil where he needs to go. More cardstock, notebook paper, and primer paper. Pretty little flower with some of the paper from the sticky note kit. I've just cut the sticky part off, so now we have this cute little sheet of paper to journal on. We have a pointy finger here with our little embellished paper clip, a big pocket here with a notebook paper journaling card, look how cool that matte paper is with the edge cut. I love that. This is a cute little pocket. And then we have a cute little tag made out of our box from our crayons. Goes in this cute little pocket. And that would be a good place for a paper clip too. More papers. In this pocket we have another journal card made from the sticky notes. Y'all, this little sticky note set, you get a lot of bang for your buck out of that guy. I still have a bunch of these left. You get 80 sheets of sticky notes for $1.25. I feel like that's a good bargain. And the pencils are just so cute. And then we have a little prayer card. It's a sticker. It's got a little scripture tucked into that pocket. We have more of that washi tape with a ruler, more of the matte paper, and then in this pocket is a cute little notebook made out of graph paper. How sweet is that? And then this is part of our the box that our crayons came in. And then we've got the tiny attacher staples, which are just so mini and cute and adorable. And that just fits in that pocket perfectly. More notebook paper. In this pocket we have a strawberry playing card and a beautiful butterfly that has been embossed with some gold embossing powder. And that's where we need to put this clip to hold these guys in place. We have our cute little rainbow embellished paper clip, and this just came from the sticky note here. More paper, notebook paper, cardstock. This little pocket is full to the brim. We have a Rolodex card for journaling, and then some cute little tabs that you could put on your journal if you want to. Another pocket here, and that's our little embellished paper clip with the pointy finger. I love that. Let's put him back there. And then we have our Crayola wrapper embellished paper clip. It's cute on this side too. I couldn't decide which side I wanted to look at, but I like this side as well. And then in that pocket we have an envelope full of little paper scraps that I used in the journal that could be used to make little pockets or tags or journaling cards. So I've tucked those in there. And then we have another pocket with this lady that I thought looked like a school teacher. And then some little ephemera, but the teacher's my favorite. And then this big pocket, we have another embellished paper clip, some tickets, and then a scorecard to journal on. I love the we and they. Isn't that cute? Very vintage. And that's tucked right there. More matte paper. Pretty cardstock, notebook paper with our apples. Another pocket with Rolodex cards and a pencil journaling card. And then in this little butterfly tuck spot, we have a Crayola crayon wrapper. And then this cute little student. Isn't she sweet? I love her. And they just fit right there. More cardstock, notebook paper with our rulers, and then in this envelope we have another journaling spot, a fun little playing card, and then a label. Why are words so hard for me? Whew. And that's it. I think this turned out so super sweet. You guys have to let me know what you think about these in the comment section. I think they're adorable. They would be such good teacher gifts. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.
I tried to hold it steady in my hands, but it moved like water, never planned. Happily ever after, felt closer in the dark, like something I imagined and forgot where you are. We were writing in the margins of a story we couldn't keep. Happily ever after was never meant for me. Tried to hold it steady in my hands, but it moved like water, never planned.